Okay. Right, so where we left yesterday, I was just done with the second auction and I didn't talk to anybody yet. Because I was too tired, so I figured, you know, I didn't want to listen to the story beats there after that immediately. So I already listened to. It's either Miles' letter, letter to Mile, or letter about Mile, or, you know, however that pronoun works. Or, but, how do you say that in English? Pronoun, I guess. Wait, no. Preposition.
You
Yeah.
seem preoccupied.
It's nothing. Just nerves.
Yeah, Verso was very... he acted very, what is it? Insecure, I guess. Or anxious at the end of that cutscene when Mile got the weapon. It's once again like he knows something about, not necessarily about the weapon or the painters, I think, but I think he knows more something about Mile, of course, that I have mentioned countless times, that he's not revealing to us. It's pissing me off though.
It's been a long road to get here.
Extra long.
Yeah, same thing that Verso and Alicia also know, and the curator and the curator's, you know, like or look-alike that is also
on
at the
the other
Monoco.
hand, seem quite relaxed. You're not nervous?
Wait, I thought I had heard
Of
this
course I am.
dialogue before.
We will do everything in our power. And either it will be enough, or it won't.
Oh, right. So they got pretty close. So
Used to be a
close,
farmer.
actually, that
Is that why you use a scythe?
Ciel was actually rather annoyed that Verso was so bad at, you know, his social skills at this point that, you know, he could not seduce a woman anymore. So let's see where that goes.
I guess, yeah.
Oh yeah, she was a
Once
farmer.
a farmer, always a farmer.
Yeah, I would say her weapon is a two-sided sickle more so than a scythe, but yeah, whatever. Means almost the same thing anyway.
Is a double-headed scythe very useful on a farm, though?
Double the efficiency. You should see how quickly I can harvest crops.
I'll bet. I used to love the gardens of Lumiere. It must look quite different now.
Probably a lot more variety than back then. The Outdome teams brought back loads of new plants from the surrounding islands. That's actually how I met Pierre. I asked his team for honey petal samples.
Oh yeah, all of them besides Verso, when we killed Sierra or fought Sierra yesterday, they all had some flashbacks with their parents, I'm assuming, but she had a flashback with some gentleman that was not much older looking than she was, and he was carrying a baby, so that could be her, you know, bygone father, or that could be, you know, her husband or Pierre, you know.
He brought me a bouquet of them, and 15 boxes of plant cuttings.
Smart man. If you want to romance a farmer, live plants are probably better than dead flowers.
Dead flowers are nice too.
You don't talk about your husband much.
Yes, so much so that I did not know that she even had one.
Sorry.
I guess it must have been the husband that we saw yesterday, huh?
It's okay. It's just... It still hurts that he's gone. Neither of us were perfect, but we were perfect for each other.
Hmm? You know, imperfection makes the most interesting characters. Or should I say, imperfections make a human. Since there's no such thing as perfect
What happened to him?
human.
You don't have to talk about it.
He died in an accident on one of the islands near Lumiere. His body washed away.
Oh, I thought it was taken away by Gommage. That would be the easiest way.
Sorry.
I was prepared for his gommage, but not for him to die in an accident. We were supposed to have 5 more years together.
Oh shit. Well, that's bad.
It's okay. I've learned to be grateful for the time we did have, instead of angry at the time we lost.
That's a good way to look at it. You were lucky to have found each other.
Very hard way to look at it.
Not everyone has that.
That's like, you know, that saying of, you know, be glad that it happened, not that it's over. Like that saying,
Yeah.
you know?
I am. Very lucky.
Well, I can't compete with that.
You're competing in a different event.
And that's a nice way to say fling.
Huh?
Is there a future where I might compete in the same event?
Let's just focus on today. And by today, I mean tonight.
He's ready to move on. I feel used, but... What? This is more funny.
I feel used, but I like it.
Lovely.
You seem preoccupied.
It's nothing. It's been a long...
I think there may have
You
been
on
like
the other hand,
one time
you're
in
not
this
nervous?
entire game when they have said maybe something else after one of those.
Either it
But I think I might be imagining, to be honest. How's the run? The run is fine.
I can't believe we're this close.
Yeah.
You know, we are still on Act 2, by the way, and we are about to, you know, hit the paintress. But Verso obviously knows something we don't. But I don't think it's about the paintress. I think... Actually, no, wait, I shouldn't say that. I think he probably knows something about the paintress because, you know, he's a regal manor that he presumably lived on with, you know, his father back in Old Lumiere, which is, by the way, the mansion, I'm assuming. The mansion is either conquered from the curator and the curator's lookalike person that we see, or they all live together as one big family, possibly, or... you know, point is, because Verso has inner, you know, workings and his own art and some of his past is also, you know, literally painted on the walls and written on the, you know, books and the architecture in the manor, you know, in the forms of like his, you know, his instruments and, you know, his own room, his sister's room. Like, it's very obvious to have to, like, think that he knows something more about the paintress that he's not telling us. Like, we just have to, like, kind of assume that. So, still on Act 2, you know, I don't think paintress is gonna be the final trial of the game at all. I think if we do fight her anytime like very recent now, I think she's probably gonna be, like I assumed at the start of the game, where the paintress might be used herself. Like, the paintress could be in a prison of her own self, you know? Not of her own making, but, you know, of someone else's. Like the curator's lookalike woman that we saw when, you know, Miles' new weapon was crafted by the curator yesterday. Like, that person is likely the person so far in the story that they have actually revealed at any point could be the person responsible for, you know, this entire fracturing instead of the paintress. The paintress could simply just be like another... I mean, the paintress, for all we know, she could literally be an oxen herself. Like, she could literally just be an oxen that is just stuck in a prison of just, you know, doing that duty, you know? That obligation was literally just forced on her and she's just stuck there, you know? For all we know. But anyway,
Ciel was right about you.
as I said before, hypothesizing about this
Actually,
game's
I
story is incredibly
Thank you.
difficult.
I wouldn't have got this far on my own.
They give you so little to go on in this game. They keep the cards so damn close to their chest in this game when it comes to its story. Like, it's so annoying. More than in most other games.
Working
It's
on the
almost like
33's
playing a
journal.
Souls game and trying to discover the story. Like, it's almost that bad at times. But with more, you know, dialogue.
You planning to die anytime soon?
Well, you never know what tomorrow brings. Not to you, but to us.
Do you always take such copious notes?
Since I was 4.
Really? 4?
That's what happens when you have obsessive researchers for parents.
Still, 4 is young.
Not anymore. Not when you only live to 32. Everyone in Lumiere starts their apprenticeship at 6, and I was apprenticed to my parents, so they started me early.
Of course. Working with your parents sounds no, that's not. She's gonna contradict this notion, but are we gonna tease her with that? Yeah, I don't think that this here is not fun. Fuck no. You know how, like, what's a good comparison to make here? Like, working with your parents is like, it's like basically living with your what's the word? Like with your dude, English. Okay, I'm blanking incredibly difficult. It's too early in the morning, I guess. Not job fucking giver, not fucking what the fuck is esimies in English? I know the fucking word in fucking Finnish I'm trying to say, but fucking English, man. Supervisor? Ah, no, that's... Okay, that doesn't work either. Better? Okay, definitely not that either. Okay, what now? Okay, those words suck. Yeah, it's literally like being in the same building with your boss or your, you know, hirer, I guess? And just having to basically, you know, always be, like, ready, like, on the spot. Basically, the tension is always gonna be high, even if you're, like, on your free time. Because you know that your, you know, I guess your, you know, manager, your, foreman, or your supervisor is always so nearby, you know. So you always feel like the same tenseness if you're like, you know, homeschooled by your parents, kind of, you know. So I don't think that can be fun. Surely not. Not that I would have experience in that, because I don't. But I would imagine it's that way. I think that the common sentiment in that is that, you know, typically people don't enjoy being homeschooled by their parents.
I guess that's nice. They got to spend more time with you.
They needed a research assistant who never went home. The obvious solution? Birth your own.
Literally like what I just said. Except she somehow circled this same thing that I was saying into, you know, from what Verso just said, even though we didn't, you know, say that it was probably fun.
Look
because
at you,
it wasn't.
getting me to talk about myself.
See? That's how you ask questions. My parents were both artists. Widely respected, very prominent artists. So, there was a great deal of pressure to follow in their path.
You're an artist, then?
Not the kind they wanted me to be.
Meaning?
Music is my passion.
Huh. Mine too.
What do you play?
Guitar.
Oh, right, I forgot she plays. It's been so long. She plays at the start of the game in Lumiere.
Piano, mostly. But a little guitar as well. You know how to summon an instrument from Pictos, right?
Interesting.
Of course you do.
Haha.
Great. Let's start a band.
Expedition 33, the band. I like that.
Dang. I was expecting to see them actually play together. Right, what is... Oh, right, we can't see it that way, of course, because that's how those work. Again. Did she... No, she didn't get this. Wait, did Verso get it? Wait, who got what? I already had the Tree of Life, did I not? I swear I had Tree of Life already. This I also had. This I also had. And this, I think. I've used... Actually, wait. Why does Monoco only have one? I'm probably gonna get Monoco's next skill when I talk to him now. He's probably gonna mention about Monoco still.
Still thinking about what you saw.
Yeah, this is gonna be very enlightening.
I wish Gustav was here.
Coughed at that idea. Right, you think Verso's gonna actually explain anything to her here? You think he's gonna actually feel bad at some point, that to the point where he actually feels like he has to, you know, explain what her predicament actually is, instead of just
You okay?
hide everything like the same way as his father is?
Yeah,
What's wrong?
nothing. Just thinking about Gustav. And Lucien. And everyone. Every time I think I've managed to contain it, a wave comes out of nowhere and drags me away.
I know.
That is very easy because you are still in the same continent, in the same time and space where all of that trauma happened in. When you get away from this place, it becomes easier to go on and forget.
How do you do it?
Getting over it gets easier.
After all these years?
When you disassociate yourself from the time and the space where something like that happened in. Simple, actually.
They say time heals all wounds.
Does it?
But I guess death heals all wounds too. Bad joke. Sorry. Death is not necessarily final.
What does that mean?
That doesn't hopefully mean that he believes in afterlife, but he actually knows something more about how chroma works.
Gustav lives on in other ways, right? Through your memories, through his influence on your life and everyone else's, through the Lumina converter and his research.
Yeah, that's true, but that's not very comforting when I'm missing him.
Yeah, this is always the dilemma when it comes to longing for someone's passing. It's... You don't miss the... What's the best way to say this? You don't miss the impact of the person that you so dearly miss. You miss the man themselves. Like, you miss the physical person. It's just simply it.
Try talking to him. I'm serious. It helps. Or at least, it helps me. I imagine what they would say. How they would react to things. It helps me keep them alive in my mind.
I'll try that.
You're finally here.
We are.
You ready?
Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be some very eye-opening talk with these two.
I'm bored. Let's play cards or throw some dice.
Never mind, I take back what I said.
Nuh-uh. You always cheat.
No, I always win. Only the weak cry foul when their skills fail them.
Skills? Does he not know how math works?
The other Jestrels never want to play with you either. Are they all weak?
Mm-hmm.
Poor losers. Fine. How about a duel? We haven't had a proper duel in ages. Yes, a duel will be even more fun. Get our blood flowing.
Ah,
All right.
it's ready for beauty
Get
sleep.
ready to lose.
Actually fight him. Yes!
My turn.
What weapon? I'm using the fire weapon, of course. What area are we in? This is a different area. Or unique area, should I say. Close. Get him lower HP, that's the plan anyway. Oh, he did a normal attack. Also,
Ha! Once again, I am victorious.
they don't let another chance, huh?
Yeah, you walking hairball.
Verso, ever gracious in defeat. Rematch.
Ah,
All right.
Sure.
Get ready to lose.
I do not remember the movesets of those enemies well enough.
Ha! Once again.
Okay, those last hits I forgot.
Yeah, you
Sure.
Verso.
Those
Alright.
last hits I forgot from that
get
enemy.
ready to lose.
And the stalactite instead, or the stalactite enemy, that enemy just has very bad health.
Oh well.
Do you happen to have a weak point somewhere, by chance?
My turn.
There we go. Too early in the morning. 42k, holy
Cut
fuck.
him down. Cut him down.
Sure, it's gonna be 9 points, but it's worth it.
Oh well.
There we go. That killed him? There we go.
Ha! You, sir, have been defeated.
You got lucky.
What was it you said? Only the weak cry foul when their skills fail them.
You're right. Or I guess I'm right, since I said that. You have grown more formidable than I remembered. Your skills are strong. I respect your win.
And I respect your loss. You were right, old friend. That was fun. Come on, let's go get a drink. I'm parched.
Is Monoco gonna get... No, I don't think so. Some skills he had forgot... Ah, right. Sanctuary. Also, that chest that plays in the Monoco fights, that's like an extreme version of the jazz that we keep hearing in the Chesterl village, in that one area where that one Chesterl had built the casino. So maybe that's like his like one of his old apprentices, maybe, or you know, some aftergrowth, what am I saying? 2 shields applies regen to all eyes for 3 turns. Oh yeah, I need to have some anti-shield on one of the characters besides Mile only. Okay, how do I not remember the word for even? Okay, that's not it. Wait, it's not legacy. Wait, is it legacy? English? Oh, lovely. Whatever. Yeah, I really hate how bad my vocabulary is. Although, you know, ask a different time when I remember the words. Sorry.
Me too.
Did you know sorry was my first rock?
Really?
Francois was super jealous, but he got one from Clair instead.
Wait, Francois has his own set of rocks. Why does he keep stealing yours then?
Because we're buddies. Francois is so fun. I miss so.
Me too.
Did you know?
Really? Wait.
Because we're.
I wonder what actually happens if we go talk to Francois in a long time. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah? What?
Right, I did do all of the upgrades yesterday before I stopped, right? Light damage can burn on critical hits. Shit. Very strong. What was the other light damage weapon? The one that increased damage on missing HP? Yeah, this thing. Bloodam. Maybe use this? Right, there might be a scene here, or this even better. Gustav's homage. Or homage. Homage, that's how you say it, right? Wait, is that Miles' last gradient spell or something? That would be a no. Wait, what the hell is that then? This? Oh shit. By single target lightning damage. Doesn't remove mark. Are you like out of your mind or something? Also, it says that it doesn't remove mark, but does it say that it actually increases the damage if you have the mark? So you get the benefit for the damage if the enemy is marked, but it doesn't actually remove it. Is that how this works? Right, do I need more speed on him? Not right now, I don't think. Maybe go 40-40 and some agility. Did this spiral use any, like, do great damage at any point, really? Oh, but it does apply 5 burn per hit. And also 2 more if you're in the offensive stance before. And then I doubled that, so yeah, it's a lot. But this hits for an absolute shit, like, massive amount. Ah, but this uses virtual stance, though. It hits, like, insanely high, probably too. Oh.
We've done it.
We're really going to face the pain.
Have we?
And finally break this cycle.
Verso gonna dampen their spirits with something that he's
That being
withholding again.
said, someone here has been hiding a terrible secret from us.
I think she's just
What are you talking
exaggerating
about?
something funny. I see a joke coming.
You thought we'd never find out, didn't you?
Be afraid.
Nobody ever wondered what Esquier was made of, did they? Well, Esquier and I had a chat.
I'm sorry, Verso.
What the fuck?
She promised me sweet
What?
rocks.
Is that wine?
Huh?
I stored my personal stash inside it. All excellent vintages.
What the fuck?
I don't normally share, but I suppose tonight deserves an exception.
Monan.
So that's the reason why he keeps losing the rocks.
Stop drinking alone.
Lol.
To your great generosity.
I don't know how you can like this.
It comes with age.
Do you have apple juice?
Ah. You know, I was 15
Yeah,
years old when...
maybe
Okay,
do
whatever.
it.
Well, I was actually younger, but... Okay. Anyway, yep. I think I may have had wine for the first time when I was maybe 13 or something. It still doesn't taste good. I don't really drink any alcoholic drinks, but yeah. If any of them actually tasted good, maybe then. Besides maybe cider. Ah, that's Alicia's theme. Wait, is Alicia actually here and now? Or is this like... Wait, what? It's not black and white, you know? This... Like, this scene isn't black and white, so this actually must be happening right now, like, as we speak. How did she get here? She was badly burned on the fire, at least Verso's own words, so... Yeah.
My beautiful sister doesn't need this ugly mask.
You embrace her, yet you're condemning her to die.
You brought him here.
I'm not here to fight. But my son, do you know what it means to disappear into nothingness? Have you thought through the consequences? Not just for you, or even me, but for them. Their memories, their dreams, their love for each other. Who really is the one painting death, and who paints life instead? We exist and we will exist for as long as she wants. You want to spoil what we've been given. Sometimes we paint the bars of our own prison. Your despair blinds you. You think you're ready to pay the price. But are you willing to let them pay the price for you?
May everything be decided before their very eyes. Between the bars of their prison. In the shadow of the monolith.
And I really, really wish that...
In the shadow of the monolith.
I really fucking wish that I was able to decrypt or decipher that in my brain like a lifetime on the spot. Like, that was slightly confusing as to which one they actually insinuated more. Are you ready for them to pay the price for you? Why does he say that? Isn't it literally the opposite? Isn't it the other way around? There's one other thing that could also be the case here. The gommage or the fracture could also be a prophesized event that was eventually gonna happen in, you know, this world of make-believe anyway. So it might be a case of if we kill the paintress, then maybe all life will disappear in here. It could be that also. But yeah,